Hi everyone, it's Carolyn again, here for another channeled message from the Light Keepers, a group of angelic beings that I channel for your awakening journey and support. And then I give you my take on it and some learnings for your journey as well. So today's channel is about making an impact, and it might not be in ways you suspect, but I'm going to give you some thoughts on it, as well as something that just happened to me that I want to share, and it ties to this channel. So anyway, thank you to everybody who always joins me. I'm so happy you're back, and also to everybody who's new to my channel, Carolyn Zaiser. I'm a channel, a distance energy healer, and a spiritual awakening mentor, and I offer these channels to you for support from the Light Keepers. For those of you who are new, I do have a video for you that I've created as a gift video, and it leads you to a lot more free content, but the gift video offers you 6 tips on how to create flow in your body for health and wellness during this time of awakening, which our vessel is so important during this time, and it helps you understand 6 ways you can assist yourself. So check it out below in the description box. I would love to have you join me. So with that, I'm going to get going on the channel, and then we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about it. Be conscious of your light that burns bright in the evening sky and daylight. You are here to light upon those who need you in their day so long. Brightness, you be that shines. For others, you are an example to see. And yes, we know that sometimes your lightness falls on deaf ears to know. But do not let this stop your ways of seeing only brighter days. For you and all those around you too, the lightness you bring is starlight so true. Sometimes too bright and often so strong, and yet other days your spark tags along. But know that it is for each of you within this journey of awakening to begin to let your light feel its own might as you travel and share your divineness you find in this most wondrous journeys of all time. So that's just a short little channel, but you know what? I have to say something else. A lot of you have said to me before, you know what? They kind of sound like Dr. Seuss. And as I was reading this one, that's exactly what I thought. I thought, wow, that sounds like Dr. Seuss. So you guys, yeah, I think so. But anyway, it's kind of funny. But this one is so interesting because during this awakening journey, we can tend sometimes to think we're not making an impact. And that can happen in many different ways, because we can often go from feeling very magical to feeling very human and thinking that no one's listening or even understanding what you're going through. And then you start feeling like you're also not making an impact on anyone, because I think we all feel in the awakening, even though, you know, the big point of the awakening is to assist ourselves, learn about ourselves, love ourselves. That is core to the foundation of the awakening. But we all want to help others. And so once we move into that idea of how do we impact others, it can get frustrating. And as they said, you know, our light can shine way too bright sometimes, because frankly, for me, what that meant was I just started talking all the time in my early days about the awakening and blah, 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 and all the things that were happening. And I'm not kidding you, there were some people that just looked at me cross-eyed. And, you know, they don't understand. So we, because they're not going through it. And I've always said, you can't explain this journey to people who are not going through the awakening. And so we don't understand that in the beginning, clearly. And we want to share all this. We want everybody else to experience it. So, to their point, your light can shine too bright sometimes. But one of the bigger points, though, is that's the whole idea here, is that our light does shine bright. And every little thing that we do every day that is out of kindness, gratitude, caring, loving, you know, even to ourselves, but, you know, we want to make an impact to others. All of that matters that we do to others each day. And often during the awakening, you know, you're not really even in control of that. Your higher self kind of just takes over and does things. And I'm going to give you an example of this, because I have in the last day felt, well, the energies are crazy right now. You guys all know this, and you probably feel different every day like I do. So I've kind of had this situation in the last day where I feel really normal. Like maybe, I don't know, like, okay, I'll just say like the magic has worn off. I know that's not the case, but we all have those days. And I've been sitting thinking, wow, you know, I feel like something needs to shift so that I can impact more people. And I didn't know what that even meant, right? Well, it was really interesting because I was feeling a little frumpy. I just came back from yoga, And it's odd that this channel pops up as the one that I'm going to use for you guys in this video, because I have a collection of some I haven't used yet. This is one of them. I just pulled it out, and guess what? It matches exactly with what just happened to me. So I just came back from yoga, and I thought, oh, that'll make me feel better. Not really. I was kind of feeling like, well, I'm just going through my life, and I feel like something needs to shift here. I feel like I need to impact more people. Well, then, I mean, just the tiniest things, and this is tiny, but it wasn't to her. I go into my garage, and I look across the street, and there's this neighbor lady she's actually visiting her mother-in-law, elderly mother-in-law, doing all of her yard work, and she's been working for like a day on this. Well, suddenly I realized she had two huge piles of, and she's not young. I mean, so this is a lot of work for her. She had two huge piles of just debris, sticks, grass, bushes, all of that. And she was obviously going to haul them in her truck to probably the landfill, which is not that close, and you have to pay for it, blah, 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 blah. And she's been working hard. Well, then all of a sudden, out of the blue, I just walk over and I talked to her, introduced myself, and I said, hey, I've got a refuse bin for all of this that you can use, and then you don't have to go to the landfill. And so she was just overwhelmed with joy. Oh, she says, you're an angel. She says, oh, I would love that. Are you sure? Blah, blah. So we had a conversation. I go across the street. I haul over my humongous city-provided refuse bin. And she looks at it and says, oh my gosh. She says, I was going to do a couple of the other bushes in the condo complex. Can I use the... I said, yes, fill it up. And I mean, I made this woman's day by this tiny, tiny, insignificant thing that I thought was insignificant, right? But the thing is, it came out of my higher self of just not thinking about, oh, what can I do to impact others on a daily basis, and trying to plan that out. Those things happen with inspiration. And that's exactly what happened just now. You guys have those happen in spades every day, but we don't count those a lot of times. We always think we have to do these huge, big things. But our light shines so brightly when we work on even the smallest things that we can impact people. But our light shines so brightly in just the little things we do. In fact, you can really argue that that's where all the change is made in those, and I think it is, the little day-to-day interactions that we have, the little loving kindnesses that we give to each other. I didn't even think about that as being that. I was excited that I could help her, and then I came back in getting ready to do a video, and I pull this out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, is that ever a message? So know that the tiny little things you do every day allows your light to shine bright. You probably don't even know the things you've done, because guess what? We aren't consciously aware of those. But you can make somebody's day, just like happened with her, by doing something that you may just think is insignificant, because we all think we have to do these humongous things. But no, your light shines super bright when you are just going through your typical day and doing blessed things for other people, when it feels like it in your heart. And most often it's when it just is spontaneous, not a planned event. Those are the most magical of times. So I hope this helps you look more deeply at your day, at how you impact others, and how every single day you matter. And your light shines brightly regardless of what you're going through. It's about love and caring and kindness each day in the little ways. So I hope this has been helpful to you on your journey. And as always, I want to remind you of my spiritual awakening mentoring that I do, which is so powerful for both of us, actually. When we get together, I channel information for you on your awakening journey, and we work on the things you want to work on to help you through the understanding of the awakening and where you want to go with it. So check out my services on purplerainhealing.com of distance energy healing, channeled messages, and spiritual awakening mentoring. And I would absolutely love to work with you, as I have always said. So I hope to see you soon and work with you individually. And with that, I'm going to leave you today, and I will see you in the next video.